Hey, Bulls and Bears, it's Monday, May 9th, 2022. The stock market is on a massive downward slope, but cryptos are crashing, and we've got a lot of different opinions on what's happening in the markets and especially crypto. Is this a buy the dip opportunity, or is this the end of what many people are calling a Ponzi scheme? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at what people are saying, and I'll give you my opinion on it as well. Let's start off with Bitcoin down under $34,000. People are saying it's going to continue dropping. Other people are saying buy, 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 buy. They're sounding like Jim Cramer in the stock market. Buy, buy, buy. Well, we've seen this ball game before. We've seen a lot of volatility in the stock market. We've seen a lot of volatility in cryptos. What happens is big money gets in there. Institutions get in there. They buy up a lot of the market. They cause the run up. And then they all decide to sell and push the weak hands out of the market. People that lost money are going to sell at the bottom, and then they're going to pump it back up. Big money is going to come back in and pump it back up again and basically game a lot of people. They're going to run game on a lot of newbies and on a lot of weak hands. That's what I think. Now, there's other people out there saying cryptos are done. This is the end. They're saying the Ponzi scheme is over. Is it a Ponzi scheme? Well, no. If you're the one buying at the bottom and selling at the top, it's not a Ponzi scheme to you. But if you're someone buying at the top and then getting scared and selling at the bottom, then of course you're going to look at it as a Ponzi scheme. But when something drops and then keeps on dropping and you're trying to buy the dip and now you spent all your money because you thought you bought the dip and it just keeps going lower, now you have no more money to invest at a lower price. Well, that's a problem, and it can kind of make you feel like this guy right here. So that's why you always have cash on the side. You never go all in. I've told you guys that, guys and girls. I've told you that many years ago, starting way back. Never go all in because you won't have any cash to buy if and when prices get better, and prices got a lot better for a lot of assets. Now, a lot of people agree that this is Fed driven, rising interest rates. The Fed quantitative tightening instead of quantitative easing. They've slowed down on the purchases of these assets, and it's affecting the markets not only based on what they're no longer doing or their shift. It's also hurting confidence because their talk about future rate hikes has people getting scared out of the market. People are saying the life support is being pulled from the market. So it's a loss of confidence, but it's also the actions and the effects that higher interest rates are having on the markets. And we're going to see how it plays out. Now, some people are saying that this sell-off is going to continue until the Fed reverses course. Other people are saying this is just a period of fear, and then we're going to see another scoop back up. Only time will tell who's right. Please let me know what you think down in comments. Is this the end of one big scam, one big Ponzi scheme, or is this just another buy the dip opportunity? Let's take a look at a long-term chart, and we'll see if it's just going to be history repeating itself once again. And this time we're going to go ahead and scroll out. Wow, so we've seen this before. When you look at a long-term chart, it doesn't look like such a collapse, does it? Now, it is pretty interesting, though, how low we're getting. We're at about 33,500, and if we break this previous low that was just under 32,000 back last summer, it's going to get really interesting. Is there support around this level, just under 32,000? Well, we're about ready to find out. But if you look back, we see big spikes, big drops, big spike, big drop. And if you would have invested, several years ago, like a lot of us on here on this channel have, you're doing pretty well right now. Now, is it scary to think that the bottom could drop out and never come back, that this could be the end of a long-term Ponzi scheme? Of course, it's scary to think about. Unless you've been selling when the price runs up, right? If the price of an asset runs up and you see the chart do this, almost parabolic, almost straight up and down, sell some after that happens. Take some profits, and then you'll be fine. And then if the market drops out or the bottom drops out, and if it truly is the end of a Ponzi scheme, then you've already made your gains. You've already taken your profits. So you're not going to be crying and you're not going to lose your life savings, right? Pretty simple, right? Simple stuff. When you're up big, take some off the table. That way you have cash. When the bottom drops out, buy the dip. The question is, where is the bottom of the dip? And did you save enough cash to invest, or did you go all in at some point? If you went all in, you're probably not liking what's happening right now. Right? Life's probably giving you a pretty strong kick in the butt right now as an investor. Now, this needs to be said once again, and this is something Warren Buffett said a long time ago. Be fearful when others are greedy. So when everybody's jumping into cryptos, when even the person working at the checkout at the grocery store is talking about it, when the bus driver's talking about it, when your grandma's talking about cryptos and how much cryptos they bought, there might be a frenzy and a mania that's about ready to cool off, especially when the big money can see everyone's positions and they see all these newbies getting in and they decide to sell all at once, knowing all these newbies are going to be holding the bag. So yes, be fearful when others are greedy. When you see people putting in their life savings into crypto thinking they can only go up, that's when you need to be fearful. Be greedy when others are fearful. So now there's a lot of people with a lot of fear, and now maybe the time to back the truck up, right? I don't give investment advice, but I'll be dipping my toes in a little bit more heavily now at these prices. Some people look at this as a big scary sell-off. Other people look at this as, hey, look at this sale, it's 50% off. And if you are cautious, the bear market doesn't have to be scary. It can be kind of nice and sweet, kind of like this bear right here. And we're seeing a lot of memes out there like this one. Before investing in crypto, maybe you were doing okay. You had yourself a Ford Focus and you were doing okay. But after investing in crypto, you went all in. You bought the mania. You threw all your money in there thinking it was only going to go up. Now you're on the bus. And it's not just any bus. It's a bus with graffiti on the back seat. So you're on a bus, but it's even worse because now you're on a bus in a bad part of town because you never were able to move out of the slums. Now, we don't talk about cryptos a lot on this channel because a very small percentage of the population actually invests in crypto. I like to talk about things that most people have larger interest in, like housing. Everybody has an interest in housing, whether you're renting or owning or looking to buy. You're interested in housing and real estate and the cost of living and the cost to keep a roof over your head. Crypto is a little bit different. From what I have read, it's about between 10 and I think 16% approximate people are either in or have at some point invested in cryptos. But let me know what you think down in comments. Is this the end of a big Ponzi scheme, or is this just another dip on the way to more highs? If you think it's the end, tell me, why is it the end? Is there something bigger happening? Are we at the end of maybe an economic super cycle, as some are calling it? Maybe the Fed, is the Fed going to go out of business? There's actually people out there saying that. I think that sounds pretty wild and pretty extreme. I don't think the Fed's ever going to go anywhere. How can you go out of business when you are the ones creating the money? So answer me that. If that's what you think, please answer me that. Thanks everybody for being here, for watching, for supporting this channel. Talk to you soon. Big love. Bye.